I would like to demonstrate some of the functionalities available in our RCA Manager application. So the first functionality is of course to upload your own documents. You can select your documents, you can add some tags to them, and you can upload them. As you can see, it has been uploaded with the correct tags. One of the functionalities that we have is to compare different versions of the same document. So for example, we have the first draft of a document and then we have a second draft where certain changes were made. We can compare them to quickly find all of the differences in the documents, and you can see on the right hand side all of these differences have been found. You can locate the differences in the document and you can analyze them. So when you analyze a difference, it assigns a risk level. So what this change means in terms of the risk introduced to the agreement. In this case, it has assigned a risk level of medium, and there's a comment which explains the reasoning behind it. And in case you specify your custom rules, your own policies, and if one of them were violated in these changes, then this part would specify that. So talking about rule books, let's go to the customize tab where we can upload our own custom rule books. So let's say I want to upload the RCA review guidelines document. So I uploaded this, and these are the rule book contents. So these are the different rules that I would like to keep in mind when analyzing the risk levels. So we go back to the compare page, and now we can select the RCA review rulebook and analyze these changes. This may take a little bit of time because all of the changes across this like 30-40 page document will be analyzed based on the rule books, and we will get the risk assignment for them. So now that the analysis has completed, we can see that all of these changes have been analyzed, and in many of these cases the changes have been identified to be violating some of the rules from the rule book. So in this case, it's talking about rule 1A, where you have to identify who owns any new IP. So that's why this risk was identified as medium level. Once again, some of the changes are assigned risk level based on the common sense rules and not specific rules from the rule book. Like in this case, only the placeholder text was changed into the actual date. But this is a good time to talk about the chat functionality, where if you want to somehow influence the risk level analysis, or you want to add some additional context, you can tweak this analysis. So let's say in this case I want to instruct the LLM that any changes to the timeline of the project should be highlighted as high risk. So this will lead to a reanalysis, and as you can see in the reanalysis, it has highlighted it as high risk. And yeah, the same thing has been done for all of the changes. Another feature that we have is risk analysis for a single document. So in this case, we select the document, we go here, and we can once again select a rule book. So previously we have uploaded this RCA review guidelines rule book, which has some of these different rules. So then we can just analyze the file based on these rules. This will once again take a little bit of time to go through the entire document and identify if there are any risks associated with the proposals that are outlined in this document. So for example, this one has been assigned a high risk level, because it says that it lacks clarity regarding the ownership of any new IP, which, as you remember, is one of the things mentioned in our review guidelines rulebook, which is pointed out here. It's violating Rule 1A, which is to clearly identify who will own any new IP. As previously discussed, we can once again add any additional context and do a reanalysis of these individual analysis results. But yeah, aside from that, you can see that these different parts have been analyzed and the risk levels have been identified.